Good morning, friends. It is a early edition of a game preview, Minnesota Wild with an early one today at the New York Islanders. A noon start for those of us here in Minnesota. You'll have to bear with me here as I'm trying to sip down some coffee. Uh, Wild starting a three-game road trip here today, as Ben and I talked about on the brand new Giles and the Goalie podcast, which is available here on the YouTube channel. Uh, they need to get points on this road trip. They can't let games slip away. They have three very winnable games against teams who are kind of slipping away in the playoff picture out east. The Islanders still in it, probably more than the other two teams that they're going to play here later in the week. But they have three very winnable games starting this afternoon at Barclays Center. New York Islanders, what to expect from them. They are very good in top six scoring. They have three players who have at least 62 points this season. John Tavares, Josh Bailey, and Matt Barzal. All very, very good hockey players. Matt Barzal centers the second line. John Tavares obviously centering top line with Anders Lee and Josh Bailey. So you got to be wary of those players. And the Islanders, fourth in the NHL in goals scored this year. They are going to come at you offensively. It is defensively and in goal where you need to attack them. Although I would recommend to the Wild today trying their best defensive effort and then finding a way to stick it to the defense. And their goaltender, who is probably going to be Yaroslav Halak, as Thomas Greiss was placed on IR this morning. So look for Halak to start here against the Minnesota Wild. For the Minnesota Wild, I got to imagine Bruce Boudreau will once again go to Devin Dubnyk. He was pretty solid in the loss to Anaheim on Saturday. After the poor start from Dubnyk on Thursday, as Bruce Boudreau kind of called him out. So really got to imagine he gets the nod again here today. And we'll probably see Alex Stalock later in the week when the back-to-backs against the Rangers and the Devils. But again, it's all up in the air at this point, but odds are go with Dubnyk. My player to watch today for the Minnesota Wild, I'm going to go with Zach Parise again. He's my pick to click. It didn't work in the last game, but he has scored 45 career points against the New York Islanders in his career, and they are the team he has abused most frequently. 20 goals, 25 assists, so I am going with him. Again, he is very overdue for a good game on the score sheet, so at some point the dam's going to break, and hopefully that is today. So Zach Parise will be my player to watch, and yeah, lineup changes, I don't expect much in terms of lineup changes. Maybe a forward gets scratched who wasn't on Saturday. Bruce Boudreau likes to keep rotating some of the players in the bottom six, but I got to imagine he's going to go with the same defense of Suter, Dumba, Olofsson, Spurgeon, and Sealer Prosser. As I noted on the new podcast, Nick Sealer doing very, very well since his call-up from Iowa. So that's kind of what I'm looking for here today. Again, defense and goaltending, very critical for the Minnesota Wild, as the New York Islanders are very, very offensively gifted. So they will pack a punch here this afternoon. And if the Wild get off to a sleepy start, they might as well just pack it in and call it a day. So that's what I'm looking for. I will be back later today with a game recap. Might be a little later because of the early start, but there will be a game recap no less. So we will chat with you then later.